A lot. Unintentional or not, it's still done. I don't think that she was trying to mean any horrible thing by what she did, or what she was typing or saying. Lynn Whalen, the other night when I was having a rough time, I seemed to get a hold of her on the worst days. She quit drinking years and years and years ago, and I got a hold of her on two separate occasions where she lost her son, you know? And somebody ran her van over with a ATV. Who was had to go to the hospital. That was just a couple nights ago, and she don't mean no harm by it. She didn't do it to hurt me. He didn't drive his ATV into the side of the vehicle to hurt her or to hurt me, but it hurts. It's almost as long of a drive from the part of Oregon I'm at to Slab City. It's almost as far of a drive as it is from Nebraska to Virginia. I can't drive that far. I can't leave my stuff here. I won't have a transportation when I get there. If I go, I can't take care of myself. Michelle Stuart, she apologized. There was stuff that I was wrong about, and I'm honest. I tell people where I messed up, where I screwed up, where I made mistakes. People don't like it when I point out theirs, though, or how much it hurts. For each of these complete and total strangers, it's a ray of hope if they actually care, but pain if they can't even speak up. If they can tell me they're sorry, they're sorry, they're sorry, why can't you speak up about how wrong it is? For me, if I'm abused and I don't have a friend or family member go in with me, I'll be abused for trying to turn it in, and that is how it is. The homeless know this. We have to be afraid of the police. And we have to be afraid of the general public and their opinions. Because the police don't care about the law. They'll kill us same as anyone else. More likely than anyone else, too. How do we stop the violence? without getting violent? How do we stop the tyrants without becoming tyrants? And that's the biggest issue here. How do you do it any other way? What do tyrants understand other than violence? Nothing. Nothing at all. No matter what they do, I'm the one you take it out on. No matter what police do, or judges do, or public pretenders do, no matter how many laws they break, when you're angry, you know you can't take it out on them. You'll find someone like me. I can't function, and you don't understand that. This is what separating me from my loved ones does. It makes me so I cannot function. You put me into fight or flight mode through rampant victimization, and then you tell me it's my fault. A woman lost her daughter. I typed a bunch of mean stuff at her. She had just lost her second daughter. I didn't realize that was the lady I was typing at because there was 3 or 4 people with her same first name and similar last names, and I worry every day that I might have pushed her to suicide on accident. But I also can't take my words back. These people were horrible to me. Whether it's intentional or not. When you tell me to let it go, what you're telling me is just to let them do it over and over and over again. To harm me repeatedly, and then I'm made to feel horrible. When people lead me on and they don't keep their word, and then I get treated like I'm a bad person because I still need them to keep their word. I don't want to exist anymore because nobody cares. I have no actual loved ones who understand even what I'm going through. They want to tell me conceptually, no, you need to understand what I am capable of doing and what I'm not, instead of victimizing me over and over again. Nobody cared what was true and what wasn't. Nobody looks. And that's why I make them go away. At least some of the places I was at had dogs. Dogs make everything better just a little bit, don't they? I haven't cuddled with a dog in so long. People tell me I should get a dog. I know, but they kill our dogs out here. Dogs are a hindrance. Unless we have a safe place for them, they hinder us from being able to do a lot of things and go a lot of places. And they kill our dogs. There's a lot of really psychopathic people out there that do mean shit to the homeless all the time. You killed my friends by not caring. They killed themselves by not caring. I don't belong here anymore. I never should have been alive after 2015. I shouldn't have been alive after that. The situation with Josh Hughes and losing my shop, that was the accumulation of my entire life. All my hopes and dreams, everything that I'd worked for and lost over and over, and I finally had a place. That's when I realized I didn't have any loved ones. Michelle Stuart kept on typing stuff at me that showed her assumptions. Why don't you listen? Why don't you listen? I begged her to listen. Please listen. When she finally did, I tried to explain to her some stuff at the beginning, and eventually I had to let her talk, and she had a bunch of assumptions, and by that point, she'd already blown me off enough, and Caitlin Tatum had pulled her bullshit and Danny with hers. Doing exactly the same thing, not listening. Unlike them, at least, Michelle Stewart called up. That was important. The last hour, or well over the last hour, is her making the same suggestion over and over again. Meanwhile, I'm trying to explain to her the situation, and she just won't shut up. And so I won't shut up. I'm stuck in a freeze loop. I'm stuck, not able to think properly. I'm overwhelmed because there's a lot of stuff that I have to say, but I have to start over every time she doesn't get it. I try to explain to her, hey, if you called one of those suicide hotlines, how about you listen to the recordings with the suicide hotlines before you make the judgment of calling those places. They don't do what you think they do. And you're not going to realize that if you make me make the call alone. Because even if I record it, you're not going to listen to the recording, are you? The thing is, whatever that you saw that made you reach out to me, that made you speak, that made you care, that made you have some interest, that is important. And what's important as well is why you assumed the things that you did. Why you assumed that giving unsolicited advice was the help that I needed. Why it is that despite the fact that I tell you what I need over and over again, and it is such a simple thing, by comparison with what you're doing, oh yes, it is so simple just to tell the truth. Those of you that I've been assholes to, every one of you got to ask yourselves, did I tell the truth? Ask yourselves, did I tell the truth about Sean? Did I tell the truth about how hard he tried to get help? Did I tell the truth, or did I just look the other way and let it happen? Michelle Stuart didn't screw up on purpose. Despite that, she did a very, very hurtful thing. And you know what? It's only compounded because of how many people that claim to love me did those things. So it becomes dramatic. When you're trying to get someone to listen to you explain it, please listen to my voice instead of going out of your way to take everything wrong in typing, because everything you reinterpret. So please, when you call to listen, please listen. Listen to understand. Listen to try to put yourself in my shoes. Instead of throwing your conceptual bullshit at me. You know, Sean, you should do this and you should do that, but do you even know what's going on? I can't take care of myself and I don't have a safe environment. I haven't had a safe environment since well before Natalie Bollinger was killed. The last safe place that I had was Boulder, Colorado, and without me there, the place went to hell. With me there, I would have just had the displeasure of watching it go to hell. It's not like I was the one pin holding that place together. I wasn't. I was just one more person trying to have hope. One more person hoping that if I treated people well, they'd treat me well. Well, I was wrong. Michelle didn't do mean things on purpose. The things that she wanted to do to try to opt out of it were the meanest fucking things that she could have said at that point in time. Instead of making excuses to run away, stop and listen. Instead of sending me into a panic attack by running away instead of keeping your word, shut up and fucking listen. Instead of making it worse. Try to understand why you're making it worse instead of treating me like shit. And talking over me and treating me like I'm a bad guy because you don't try to understand. Michelle didn't stop to consider how much time of mine she had wasted. For her, she just wanted to focus on the last few days of it, just like Caitlin Tatum just wanted to focus on the last few days of it. Just like Danny Francis just wanted to focus on the last few days of it. No, you didn't give any shits before that. You made zero fucking effort before that. The amount of crimes that were committed against me in between when you claimed to give a shit and when you proved to me that you fucking don't. You shouldn't have led me on. If you hadn't pretended that you were going to help me, I would have gone to someone else. I am for assisted termination of life for a reason. People like Michelle are exactly that reason. She didn't understand, but then again, she didn't try. She didn't take the time to try. Even in a 2-hour conversation, it wasn't much of a conversation.